Well, hello, this is Eric Smith with my Financial Success Show. We're a little bit late getting started, had a few technical difficulties, but we are ready to rock and roll. Today, we're going to be talking about some important, very, very important topics related to your money. And when we talk about your money, you go to work every single day to make money. And so we want to make sure that you're doing everything possible to keep that money. So while I get a couple of things, technical things set up here, just bear with me. Had a very bad computer issue that happened right before the show, but this is the thing about technology. It happens, but it's recorded. We're live and direct. Matter of fact, live today at a new location, one of my favorite restaurants. If you ever get to Tulsa, Oklahoma, there's a little town outside of Tulsa called Wanda J's. This is the menu. As soon as we're done shooting, I'm going to be ordering their famous fried chicken and having some of their perfect sweet tea at the moment so that I can keep my mouth moist as we talk today. This is going to be very, very exciting. So if you get to the Tulsa area, look out for one of my favorite restaurants, Wanda J's Soul Food. And we're not talking about pig feet and stuff like that. People get the wrong impression. We're talking about good home-style fried chicken, mashed potatoes, greens, yams, and so forth. Peach cobbler, one of my favorite desserts. So this show is not to talk about food. We're going to talk about areas where you could be losing money and not even know it. So a couple of housekeeping rules. You are on a Google Hangout. You're inside your Facebook environment. What I'd like for you to make sure you do is be familiar with your page. We're going to be talking about some important information, so if you think that your friends and family could benefit from what we're going to be talking about, then you definitely want to share this information. Up above on the page, there's a share button. Click share, and you're able to make sure others on Facebook can see this information. Second thing, there's comments down at the bottom. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you want to click on the comments. When you go to make a comment, when you make a comment about something, especially if it's something that I've said it about 60 seconds earlier. So there's about a minute delay. So be conscious of that. And then when you ask questions, I'll answer those questions because those are being monitored at the same time. If you're going to say something that's going to be a little lengthy, uncheck the auto refresh comments button, because with that, when you have that clicked, then it's going to refresh and you will lose the information that you were typing in. So unclick that. Take as long as you need to put your thoughts or comments. By the way, I want to know where everyone's from. So tell me where you're listening in from and tie it in, and then click the refresh now, and you can get updates on everything that's going on. So let's dive right into it. What I first want to do is take a moment and just talk about some areas where people are losing money. One of the very first places to get your pen and pad out and get ready to take notes. One of the very first places where you could be losing money is where you save your money for long-term retirement savings. So, before I get into this, I must say, the information I'm going to be talking to, the purpose is not to give you any investment advice or anything selling any type of financial or investment products. It's simply sharing with you things that I've learned, and you can go and research this on the internet or talk to your financial advisor to validate and verify the information. Our goal with the Financial Success Show is just to make sure that you are armed with information, meaning you're not going to be a victim of capitalism. We live in a capitalistic country, and what that means is those that know capitalize on those that do not know. Bottom line, in layman's terms, that's what it means. When you know the rules of the game, your chances of winning skyrockets. Can you imagine playing Monopoly and not understanding that when you pass go, you get $200, or not understanding the rules of the game? Would you win the game? There's no way in the world you could accidentally win the game of Monopoly. Same way in capitalism. So every single day you get up and go to work to make a living, and you work hard for your money. Some people don't necessarily work physically hard for their money, but you put a lot of mental exercise in preparing. So when that money is coming in, do you want to make sure that money is not escaping in other places that you're not even paying attention to? So grab your pen and pad. Let's dive right into this number one place I want to talk about where you could be losing money is where you are parking your money and saving or investing your money. If you're investing your money in a place that's guaranteeing you 1%, an example of that would be like CDs, okay, at a bank. Again, none of this information is against banks or against places where you may invest your money. Just want you to be aware of options. So when you invest money at a bank, let's say the bank is giving you, let's say they give you 2%. That's hard pressed to find right now today, but let's say they give you 2%. Do you understand a financial principle called Rule of 72? You want to Google search this. Because what that simply means is if you take what you've been told you're going to receive in interest and divide it into 72, or take 72 and divide it by that amount, how long will it take that's how long it will take for your money to double. Principle number one. So if you took 72 and divided by, let's say you're getting 2% interest on your money, that means 72 divided by 2 is 36 years. It would take 36 years for your money to double. So let's say you just came across, a nice little lump sum, something was left behind in inheritance, and you took $50,000. So what I want to do is do a screen share. And what we're going to talk about here is some financial principles. So if you took Rule of 72 and applied it to this situation, let's go into our calculators, and we're going to take every 36 years. So if you took $50,000, we really don't even need a calculator for that. If you took $50,000, Rule of 72 says that 50,000 will become 100,000 in 36 years. Okay? So 36 years for your money to double. So let's just say you didn't like that. You say, wait a minute. It's going to take 36 years for my 50,000 to become 100,000? Okay, what if I could put that money somewhere and get 4%? So if you can get 4%, that means your money is going to double every 18 years. But what if you could get 8%? Now 8%, you take 72. 72 divided by 8 means every 9 years. So let's say you get that lump sum of money at age 35, or let's just use age 40. Every 9 years, that money will double. So at age 40, you'll have your original 50,000. By 49, it will be at 100,000. By 58, it will be 200,000. By age 67, it will be $400,000. By 76, it would be $800,000. What if you can just get 10% interest? Let's not say we doubled our interest and got 16%. Let's just say you could get 10%. Well, if you got 10% interest, then that means, let's go back to our calculator, 72 divided by 10 is 7.2 years. So that means at age 40, Your 50,000 by the time you get to 47 will be 100,000. Another 7.2 years, 47 plus 7.2 is 54.2. Then you will have 200,000 plus 7.2, 61.4. Then you will have 400,000 plus 7.2. At age 68, you would have 800,000. So you see, you've saved yourself some time. So knowledge of understanding where to get better rates of return is important. So you want to talk to a financial advisor, and as you guys have seen, you've heard me talk about the company MyEcon and the financial education system that they provide. That's one of the critical elements that MyEcon helps people with, is teaching how to work with money, professional money management companies. Now, again, MyEcon does not sell investments, does not manage investments, nor gives investment advice. It gives investment education, and then you go and speak intelligently with your particular advisor or broker that you choose to work with. So just want you to make sure that you understand one place where people could be losing money is where they choose to get rates of return and settling for lower rates. So let's move on to point number two. Point number two that I want you to think about. Wow, this is a big one. Insurance. You know, today we're bombarded with the need to have all types of insurance. You've got health insurance, medical insurance, you've got life insurance, you've got car insurance, insurance on certain body parts if you're a celebrity, and so forth. So we can be insured out. There's a video that I'll place in the comments that you can come back to later on. It's going to be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. But there's a video that a gentleman recorded where he talks about things you don't know about car insurance. And there are things about it that you want to sit down and check your local laws, but there are things that are sold to people inside of their car insurance policies that you may or may not need and could just be misusing money, and you're losing money. One area that he talked about was that because this gentleman sold car insurance, and so he was speaking from a position of authority because he was a licensed property and casualty insurance salesperson. And he said he studied this and realized that people were overpaying, but it made nice commissions for the insurance salesperson. So, with that being said, again, we're not against insurance companies, not against insurance salespeople or anything like that. We just want people to be aware. A couple of the things that he talked about was the personal and medical coverage, which are optional. You could be losing money if you've got those selected. Now, you may have the medical part selected on your car insurance, but if you have health insurance, you could be overpaying. So if something was to happen, your health insurance is going to kick in, whereas you don't need that coverage on your car insurance. Again, not trying to tell you which insurances and what options to have. It's just that you want to talk with an advisor to make sure your health covers, and if it does, then why are you paying for it on another insurance? Another big one is uninsured motorist. Again, check with your insurance company, because when you have full coverage, comprehensive collision and liability, if your car is hit, period, that's what you have insurance for. But there's an added feature that sounds good that makes people think, well, if someone that does not have insurance hits me, then my insurance company will pay for that if I've got uninsured motorist. It is not mandatory to have that. It is optional because your insurance will pay. Again, verify that with your insurance agent. But once I understood that, I went into my insurance and I selected not to have that coverage. That saved me $40 per month. Now, what I want to do, I want to get you into the frame of mind as you start saving money in different areas or making money. I want you to be thinking long term when it comes to investing. And what could that do for you? Because the idea in this country is that you want to build wealth. Now, when I say build wealth, some people don't like the idea of even being rich. But being wealthy means being financially free. Not worrying about money doesn't mean you need billions and billions of dollars. But if your lifestyle can be taken care of with your money generating revenue, isn't that much better than you having to go out and physically work every single day and live by the philosophy, if it's to be, it's up to me? I mean, how many times have you said that? I know I've said it, but really, that's not how capitalism works. So, I want to show you something. I'm going to go in, I'm going to share my screen, and I want you to start looking at, we're going to show this calculator, periodic monthly investments. If we took $40 and we just invested that monthly at 8%, and I'm 42, and I do that for the next 25 years, well, let's say 23 years, let's just say 20, puts me in my early 60s. I want to show you how much money that would generate for me. It would be worth $23,000. Now, $23,000. That's a pretty good size of money, but we're talking about $40 per month. The question you need to ask yourself is, who deserves that $23,000? I already was making the 40, and if I was giving that away to the insurance company unnecessarily, why would I want to do that when I could put that into my own investments and add that to my portfolio? What if I could go out and get 10%? What would that be worth? That would be worth $30,000 over the next 20 years. So if I took that and divided it by that $30,000 divided by 20, it's over $1,000 a year that I'm making for myself. That's the difference. So if you could start capturing monies that were going to other institutions and put that for yourself and your family, who benefits? Okay? So looking at areas inside of your car insurance, you want to sit down with your agent and review that very, very carefully, because you could really just be losing money unnecessarily. There's other details that you can cover there. Let's move on to number 3. The third area where you could be losing money and not know it is through taxes. Now, in this country, there's an organized way that everyone contributes to society, and it's called income taxes. Now, this particular tax, unlike all other taxes, you've got ad valorem taxes, you've got property taxes, you've got sales taxes. Those taxes, you can't go to a restaurant and eat without paying sales tax. I can't leave Wanda J's without paying sales tax because they're going to charge that to me. I can't go into a department store. I can't go into an automotive store without paying that. Here's how people lose money in taxes. Because that is one area with laws passed by Congress and then put into a code book through the IRS, that if you learn these things, you wouldn't overpay in taxes. And that's where most people lose money each month, is because they overpay. How do you overpay? Well, some people right now are getting their tax refunds back. Have you ever considered, where does a tax refund come from? Well, according to the IRS, let's see if I can pull this document up. There was a document that the IRS published in 2005. Let's see if I can find that for you and pull that up, because you want to see this. The IRS said in 2005, yeah, there it is right there. Let me pull this screen share up so you can see this. There we go. Screen share. Come on. It says big refund, big tax bill. This is from the Internal Revenue Service, IRS.gov, Department of Treasury, in 2005. First, some fun facts. Federal tax refunds to individuals totaled more than $215 billion last year. The average refund was $2,100. Where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or your purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck or make an estimated tax payment. So this is your money. When you tell your employer to withhold money when you fill out a W-4, that is what your employer does. And when they withhold too much, then the IRS simply sends you a refund. Now, the IRS realizes some people have been conditioned with this, and they say you might be using this extra withholding as a forced savings method. But Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds, except special circumstances. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debt might be a better option. That's from the IRS. So, by overpaying each month, by not correcting your W-4, you could be losing out on the opportunity, number one, to eliminate debt. Number two, you could be losing out on the opportunity to put that into your own investment account. So if the average, let's go back to those figures that it said, if the average refund was $2,126, that was in 2005. So let's take $2,100, let's just say $2,000, and divide that, we're going to put that into our financial calculator, divide that by 12, that's 166. So let's go back to our financial calculator. Go into our tools, we're going to go into our financial calculator. Let's pull that back up, and let's look at the repercussions of not keeping our own tax dollars in our pocket. So we're going to go back to our monthly calculator. We're going to operate off of figures in 2005. $166 a month average is what people were overpaying. And if you could invest that at 8%, and my goodness, people start working right out of college at 25, 30 years of age, and they work a good 30 to 40 years. So if you invested that over 30 years, just not overpaying taxes would help you to accumulate $250,000 in your own portfolio that you could be investing on the side. $247,000. That's at a conservative 8%. Well, you already know my econ, we like for you to think more than that. So what if we were able to go get 10%? If you just started consistently investing the difference of what you would have been sending Uncle Sam and put that into your own portfolio, that could be worth $375,000 over 30 years. Now, we know families with children are getting more than $166 a month. Some people are getting $4,000, $5,000. That equates to $500. So let's change this to be more realistic today to a $250 a month overpayment. $250 We're going to go back to our 8%. We're going to calculate that. That's worth $372,000. 10% is worth $500,000. You see, we live in a capitalistic society, and if you don't understand the rules of capitalism, what are your chances of winning the game? Nearly impossible. So again, we're talking about just taking your own money. So far, let's go back to our calculator. If we could save money in areas on our insurance, save money on areas in our not overpaying in taxes, let's go back to our screen share and let's just put this accumulated amount of money. That's $240. I mean, $290 if we use my example, because I save $40 a month on my insurance just by removing something that I did not need. So $290 over the next 30 years at 8%. What does that do for us? $432,000. Obviously, we're going to put our 10% in there. At 10%, $655,000. Are you understanding why it's important to really start looking at areas where in your budget you could be losing money? And we're not talking large dollars that you've got to be investing. See, a lot of times people look at, man, I don't have the money to invest. If you just start with the money that other people are getting from you because you don't understand the rules of capitalism, you can start winning right there. Let's go into the next area. We've talked about putting our money in places where you get low rates of return, and you've seen the disadvantage that you're at by doing that. We've talked about insurance. We've talked about taxes, just overpaying, just having our W-4s incorrectly filled out. Let's now talk about not having a home-based business. They say that by not having a home-based business, you're throwing away $20 every single day out the window or down the drain, however you want to look at it. It just means you're taking a $20 bill every single day. Let me find a 20 here. Taking $20 and just saying every day, I don't need that. If you add that up, hang on, I do need this. So hang on, let me make sure I secure this back where it came from, because I gotta get my fried chicken order in. Matter of fact, I may want to. How much longer we got to talk? Anyway, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted there. I was about to have my order out here as soon as I hit stop recording. But no, let me give you guys a lot of value. I'm just kidding. You see, $20 a day. By losing $20 a day, there's 365 days in a year. $20 a day in tax deductions is what you could be losing. 365 times 20, $7,300 per year, and minimum amounts of deductions. And if you're in a 33% tax bracket, let's multiply that times 33. The actual dollars that you avoid keeping in your pocket is $2,400. So let me ask you this. Is it worth $20 a day keeping that in your pocket, getting the deductions? So let's talk about some of these deductions. So let's go back into our screen share here shortly. Let's do that. And look at some of these deductions that you could be taking advantage of by having a home-based business. So let's pull up our screen share. All right. Here's some deductions that if you had a home-based business. Now let me ask you this question. Do you have a car? Do you spend money on that car monthly? Do you like drive it and put a lot of miles every year? Do you pay interest on a mortgage? Do you have a cell phone? Do you eat? I mean, literally, do you go out to eat at restaurants? On your job, do you go out to eat with coworkers? Do you go to concerts? Do you go to ball games? Do you take vacations? Do you hire people to do stuff for you? And do you have depreciation on various items? You see, these are deductions that you could be taken advantage of. Why is that so important? If you're going to spend the money on a cell phone, why not take advantage of deducting that by having a home-based business? See, when you don't have a home-based business, the expenses you spend monthly, they're just going to be expenses after you get your paycheck. So check this out. Have you noticed as you've been working on your job, you get your check each week, and there's stuff taken out of that check, taxes, Social Security, FICA, and all this other stuff. Then you get what's left over. See, your before taxes is called gross. Your after taxes is called grosser. Sorry, called net. Okay, so that's what you now get to go spend on all the things that you need in your lifestyle. So let's look at that in a different way. If you start a home-based business, aren't you going to use those same things such as your car, your cell phone, meals, discussing with someone about strategy, financial solutions, and so forth, whatever your business is? So when you can use these same things that you're spending money on, and you can incorporate that into business and now start writing those items off, can you now see how that you could be adding up over $7,000 per year because you have these home-based business deductions? And then what you do is you go back into your employer, correct your W-4 because you now have a business, and they take less money out in taxes. So you get to keep more of this money so you can spend on those items you need for your business, such as your car, your cell phone, your internet use, your meals and entertainment. And then when you file your taxes, you have a record of all of this stuff that you spent money on. So check this out, how this could add up. Imagine if you had a home business and you used your home to invite guests over just to be introduced, and you just share your business. Let's say no one joins your business. Is that okay? It is perfectly okay. As a matter of fact, I want to share a story with you. I have an associate that works on my team in my econ down in the Houston area. This gentleman, very diligent, came on board, loves the software that my econ offers that helps you keep track of all your expenses and your records. So all you have to do is just turn that into your tax preparer at the end of the year. This gentleman, we are in the referral marketing business, did not refer a single person to his business. Although he marketed on Facebook, he tried, but he's learning how to communicate, okay? That just wasn't his greatest strength. And how many people out here have struggled in some type of network marketing business? What most people don't get is the benefits of still working your business. See, the rules of the IRS doesn't say you have to recruit. It just simply says you have to make an effort to recruit, if that's what your business is. In other words, you have to have an effort to make a profit. So this gentleman shared with me just yesterday, as a matter of fact. He said, I created $13,000 of deductions, and when he corrected his W-4 initially, after starting the business, he was able to increase his take-home pay per year about $4,000, around $3,600. So $3,600 divided by 12 is $300 a month is what he was able to increase his take-home pay. So with that increase, he was able to start eliminating debt. Okay, so now what he was able to do after that was write off business expenses, other business travel, sharing his business with people because he went a few places, just sharing this. Again, others chose not to do what he was doing, but he got to write off the effort to make a profit. So when he did his taxes, he had $13,000 in additional deductions. He did not make a single sale and earn commission from his business, but he's getting a $4,400 tax refund. So he actually cash flowed $8,000 because he started a home-based business. That simply means he got to keep 8,000 more of his own dollars because he created a home business. Now, I was talking to some ladies yesterday that have home-based businesses, and this is what's really cool. You may be watching this, and you may be a person in network marketing or in referral marketing or direct sales of some sort. And I was asking them, do you have children? They're like, yeah. And I was like, what ages? And they were telling me the ages of their children. When I talk to folks that have children, I start licking my lips because I get so excited. Because this is an area that a lot of families lose money. And when I say lose money, they don't take advantage of what they could be getting. I'm going to go inside of my econ. We've got some documents that teach you aspects of the tax code. And this particular document, one of the areas that it talks about, not only car expenses, but there's a section that we train you on that talk about, we're going to get to it here, family employees. In this section right here, this is an area where, this is IRS, again, this is taken right out of the IRS publications. And so we teach you this information in our MyEcon system. Every person in the United States can make up to $6,200 before they have to file and pay taxes on those, anything above that. So it's called your personal exemption. So that's why when you file your taxes, let's say you made $50,000 and then you subtract your personal exemption, which is 62, so then your taxable income drops down to, what is that, 43.8, okay? And then when you have dependents and you have a spouse, everyone's exemption, personal exemptions factor into all that. So you reduce everything down, and then that final number is what you pay your tax percentage on. So when you have children and you have a home-based business and you are not employing your children in your home-based business, you are losing money every single month. So if you can pay your children up to $6,200 per child, and you have children ages 6 to 18 that you could employ, not that you're going to pay a 6-year-old $6,200, the job that they do has to be fair and equitable. You may have seen one of my hangouts that I did with one of my favorite CPAs in the country, Mr. Mark Kohler. Go to YouTube and do a YouTube search, put in Eric Smith and Mark J. Kohler. We did a hangout, and he broke down how he hires his children. Incredible. He gets $20,000 in deductions. Now, the money that he's paying his kids, he's going to pay his kids anyway to go shopping, to go band practice, costume clothes, cheerleading outfits and stuff. But he puts his children to work in his business, editing videos. His daughters operate his social media. Your kids are sharp on the computer. They could do things that the adults can't do. So you could put your children to work doing things that you want them doing anyway, and guess what? You get to write that off, and they get to go spend on the things that you were going to have them spend anyway. Is that cool or cool? Yes or yes? Okay? So by having a home-based business is truly important. So at this time, you probably are thinking to yourself, wow, how can I stop losing money? Well, if you look down, right up above the comments, there is a button that you want to push called Stop Losing Money Now. And if you push that button, That's going to take you right inside. As a matter of fact, let's just do that. Let me just show you what'll happen. When you press that button, when you press on that button, you may be asked to allow 22 social. There's a special application that allows this broadcast to be seen in Facebook, and it's going to ask you to give permission. Give that permission. But it's going to take you right into My Econ, because My Econ offers you an opportunity to have a home business sharing financial success principles to people you know, like, and trust. I mean, how many people would like to know how to save money on their taxes the legal way? So you can go right into this, press that button, and click on Get Started. It costs $179 to join our team. And by joining our team, $179, and then it's going to run you about $43 a month. If you could spend $600 a year to save yourself $7,000 in deductions, is that a business trade-off or what? I mean, it would be crazy not to do something like that. So that's what pushing that button will do for you. So go ahead and push that button. Get started, you know. Get signed up today and get in training. And then what's really cool about that, the person that invited, that cared enough to share the invitation for you to come see this information, you could be doing the exact same thing. And while I'm doing a presentation, imagine you at work inviting your friends to watch some information on Facebook, and all they got to do is just come and watch, and the same thing can happen, and you can grow your business. But what's really cool about that is that you show the IRS proof that you created an event, 52 of them as a matter of fact, because we do this show every single week. Same time, every week. And so you've created events, marketing. Facebook is free, by the way. Did I say that? Facebook is free. This information is being broadcast not only on Facebook, YouTube, and Google at the exact same time. Imagine stepping into this type of strategy. Well, the reason this is able to be done is because one of the companies that sponsors my financial success show is called My Hangout Academy. You'll learn more about them, and we'll be bringing more information about My Hangout Academy to you later on. But this has educated me so that I could use tools like this to share with other people and help my team. There's another button above the comments that you want to click on called Get More Fans. If you want to use this technology, if you're in network marketing or relationship marketing and you want to use this type of strategy, click on that Get More Fans button, and I tell you what, you want to get the 22 social application that you can integrate into your Facebook, because that creates powerful leverage. So I'm going to move into one last area. Another area where people lose money is just simply in not taking advantage of time management. They don't shop online. You know, I love to shop online, and then I get paid for shopping online. I had an experience the other day. I bought some things at Walmart.com on my mall. As a matter of fact, let me show you. As part of being a member with My Econ, this is one of the things that you get. You get an online cashback mall. I must show you. This is awesome. Look at some of the stores that you recognize in your town. I go to Advanced Auto Parts all the time, but I first come to my mall, go here, I'll click on it, I'll go right into Advanced Auto Parts. It already has me logged in, and then it has my store. I put in my vehicle. I've got 2 vehicles that they know in here. And if I want something for my Nissan Titan pickup truck, I put that vehicle, and I type in, I need air filters. So when I need air filters for that particular vehicle, well, let me sign in. It had from the previous time I was there. Oh. Get logged in here. Trying to show you something and not even logged in properly. Well, I'm not going to waste time with that. I'll come back to it. I thought it had it saved. But anyway, you can just shop right here. And what's unique about it is there is a tracking link up at the top here. See, normally you would just go to advancedparts.com and see if we can do this one more time. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that at the moment. We're gonna come back to just this page right here. Okay, what I want you to see is this unique link up at the top here. This link is a tracking link. So when something is purchased, Advanced Auto Parts pays my econ, and then my econ pays me. And what's really cool about it, let me go back and show you, oftentimes when you purchase online, notice some of these codes. Get $25 coupon for orders of $50 or more. Use promo code E44. That expires 5/17 at midnight. So instead of spending all this money running into the store and paying retail, why not use an online mall shopping and get $25 off of orders of $50 or more? That's 50% savings. But you don't get that by going inside the store. So let's say you need some things at Walgreens. 4% cash back. Pardon me. Let's say you want to travel. Priceline.com. But here's where I went. I went to Walmart. Went into Walmart. I ordered what I needed. Did my search. The same Walmart.com. You probably recognize it. See, it says, "Hello, Eric." Whatever you need. And then sometimes I bought some Roundup the other day. So this is what I did. I bought Roundup. Check it out. I bought this one right here. So, free shipping to home. Orders over $50. So imagine saving yourself lots of time. You need this, think ahead, and have it shipped to your home. Or in-store pickup. So I saved myself time. I ordered it. I paid for it. I'm getting cash back on it. Then I go to the store, because if I was going to go to Walmart anyway, I wasn't going to get cash back by going in the store. But because I ordered it online through my mall, I'm getting cash back. I'll go pick it up. I go right to the back of the store. They have it ready, and I walk out. I don't spend a lot of time in the store because time is money. This cashback mall is an amazing tool. And again, think about all the areas that we already talked about. Do you travel? Do you need things from Best Buy? Oh, I have to tell you this. I want to look at you and tell you. When I go to my mall, I'll be inside of Best Buy, and I will go to one of their computers. After I've found what I like, I'll go to one of their computers, log on to my mall, go into bestbuy.com, purchase, and then wait a few minutes, do a little more browsing. They pulled it off the shelf. I go over to the checkout counter, pick up my item. I've paid for it, and I get cash back. When you can start taking these savings and take your cash back savings and invest that, depends on how much money you shop. And if you get good at shopping online and then go into the store and pick it up, use those savings, put that into your investment account, You already know what we're about to talk about. Another area that can help you create wealth. Because if you were going to spend this money anyway, why not take your rebate money back and invest it? Just let that go into your investment account and see how you can quickly build wealth. So, we've talked about some areas of building wealth. Um, we've talked about areas where people are losing money because they're spending in areas that they didn't know they had to spend, did not have to spend in. Okay? Take advantage of the opportunity to stop losing money. The person that invited you this, they cared enough about you to share this information with you. Get started. Start you a home-based business. Partner up with the person that shared with you this information through My Econ. We are a personal financial success company. Learn wealth principles so that you don't have to continue struggling, because you go to work every day and it's hard enough as it is. So if you want more information, I've seen some of the comments. I'm looking at some of the questions, information on the Hangout Academy. Basically, the Hangout Academy, thank you, Kimya, for your question. The Hangout Academy really is about teaching business owners and individuals about online marketing. You're watching this show through what's called a Google Hangout. And Google Hangout is the fastest way to gain trust with your viewers, because you can look at me. You're not listening on the telephone. It's me. I'm not hiding. I'm a real person. I'm hungry. I eat, drink, order my food. Again, I'm real. I'm going to share with you my experiences. But I love to share value. So through a Google Hangout, you build credibility and you build a vault, because Google and YouTube are the same companies. So the Hangout Academy, what it was designed to do, and what they have various modules that teach you how to do Google Hangouts. They also teach you about the applications that allow you to broadcast this inside of Facebook. This is not a My Hangout Academy video that we're creating, but just give you a little bit of information, and we'll inbox you, Kimya, more details about how you can take advantage of the Hangout Academy, a fantastic company that has launched here in the U.S. And Whitney, thank you very much for your comment. So thankful and grateful for you to take time out of your schedule. This is important to me. I value giving value to others. So again, keep your comments coming. I'd appreciate it. We'll respond to those later on. Take advantage of educating yourself about capitalism and understanding better places for you to get greater rates of return so that you're getting more bang for your buck and your time. Stop losing money in taxes. Stop overpaying. If that's your choice, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. But if there is an option that allows you not to give it to Uncle Sam to invest, just for him to give it back to you as a refund that you could be investing, how much further off could you be? Find your own financial calculator if you don't trust mine. It's simple math. It's your money. Who is in control of it? And then the next thing, set up your home business. Don't just throw money away. Set up your home-based business. Don't think that it has to be a job where you've worked 40 hours on your first job and you got to work 40 hours in a home business. Maybe you can only work 5 hours a week. Perfect. Leverage your children. Get more time into your business by getting your children to assist you. And you're going to spend money on them, get more write-offs. Start shopping online. Start saving yourself time, energy, and money, and get paid back on things that you already are spending on. This has been a great session. I look forward to next week. You're going to hear some more of my guests. This week, I just wanted to take some time just to share some things that were on my heart with you that were going to benefit you and your family as you are in the process of generating your own personal economy and personal wealth. So I'd like to thank you. Next week, we'll be back for another fantastic show. Same time, same location. Tune in, subscribe to, at the top, be sure you subscribe to the My Financial Success Show, or the whatever the show page is that you're on. That person will be inviting you for more fabulous information that we're going to be bringing you. So this is Eric Smith. It's time for me to do one of my second favorite things. We're going to get into some fried chicken, some peach cobbler at Wanda J's. This has been a great day. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.